You're not focusing though.
Well, I was trying to get a reservation.
Are you here with me or are you somewhere else?
Am I?
I'm in a space station floating above the Earth.
Zetus Lapidus, y'all.
The champagne's been popped. The wine is flowing major. So you know where we're going. We're going to space on a D-Hue and a backlot tour.
This is really throwing me off.
I know, you look so confused right now. Zetus Lapidus Major. I'm your host. Nope.
Wow.
You're throwing me off now.
You threw yourself off.
I am your tour guide, Captain Zach, on my spaceship. With me, as always, is co-pilot Beans.
How am I a pilot in this scenario?
We're flying in space.
Mm-hmm. But you're still driving like a tour bus.
So it's like the magic school bus in space. And all this will make more sense once we figure out, or not figure out, once we tell you what we're talking about.
All right.
D-Hue.
Zetus Lapidus, y'all. We watched Zenon, Girl of the 21st Century.
This is our second time recording this.
Yes. So we recorded this probably about a year ago, maybe longer. And my computer updated and for some reason it completely ruined all the audio. So
all of our voices sound like this.
It's very strange.
It was hard to fix and it made a popping noise. So
it was bad. Anyway,
we just watched it again because I forgot almost everything about this movie.
I never forgot a second of it.
Yeah. Congratulations. I'm sorry this lives rent free in your head.
I love this movie.
Yeah, I know you do.
Like it is.
You're having
like
a good old time.
The best decom there is.
You think this is like top tier, your favorite?
Oh yeah, hands down. I think it beats out like a lot of actual movies.
Well, side note, this rated higher than the Marvels on IMDb.
That's pretty funny.
It was like
actually.
a 6.3, and I think Marvels is like a 6. And I was like, interesting. The effects probably were on par with like looking the same too. This is what, 1999, right?
Yeah.
So to set the stage, it's 1999. The fashion is out of fucking control in this movie.
The fashion is on point.
The fashion and the phrases that they're throwing around in the year 2049, I think.
I think it's 51.
It's like 2050, we'll say. We'll split the diff. But it's like 2050, and they're throwing around like, she always says like, I was doing major, like some word, and then major always follows it. Or inky, that was the phrase they said.
Inky was one, yeah.
She said everything was like inky, and I think that means like bad,
like kind of icky.
Icky, okay, so that's eggy.
Yeah,
it's a bit eggy.
Sketch.
It's sketch. It
gives you the blech,
gives you the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies.
If this is how everyone talks in the future, sign me up.
In 28 years, 27 years.
Well, our language is devolving anyways, but like this one seems more evolved somehow.
They have found creative new uses for words.
What do you mean?
I don't know, like adding like major or minor to everything.
Well, they said everything out of order, like Yoda. Like
yeah, they
were like, this is a problem major. Zetus Lapidus.
Well, that's completely made up, and I love it.
Well, yeah, that one's a good one. But let's get into this. You still think it holds up?
Oh, 1,000% flawless.
I think if this were in high def, I think it would be a little bit easier to watch. It was so blurry. And I'm like, my eyes were straining the whole time we were watching this. It's a tight 97 minutes.
Oh, really?
Thank goodness.
Like your eyes were straining? Because, I mean, it is like updated for like HD.
That is not HD.
I'm pretty sure that was HD.
No, it is not.
Okay,
it doesn't help we were watching it on like the theater screen, so it's like massive.
Maybe my vision's just bad.
Yeah, it could be. What's that guy's name? The captain.
Oh, I can't remember his name. I never do.
Stuart Pankin.
He
was very large on screen because he was right in our face.
He makes me think of Sunny Eclipse.
Whoa.
In Cosmic Ray Starlight Cafe. And I think part of the reason is, one, his face, but number two...
Because he's in space.
His outfit?
Oh, everyone... Okay, I wrote
just
down like...
screams
I'm like,
Sunny
the future
Eclipse.
looks colorful. Everyone's wearing like very bright spandex.
Better than the brown of the 80s.
Well, what's really weird though? Like back on Earth, when she goes to Earth, everyone's dressed normal. With fanny packs though. The kid had like a weird fanny satchel. What would you call that? Because it wasn't like a typical like 80s fanny pack looking thing. It was like a little pouch.
It was like a, I don't want to call it like a coin purse, but
We'll call it a coin purse.
It was like a hipster bag.
Yeah.
A hipster.
There were some things that they got right about the future, which were interesting actually, that they called. Then there was other things that they got completely wrong.
Well, we're not even in 2051 yet.
I know, but they had like the video calls down. They had like everyone was driving like a Volkswagen Beetle, but they made the noise to make it sound like it was electric. And I don't think there were that many electric cars running around in 1999 at all. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, they had solar charging stations for the cars, which I thought was like, I was like, that's probably accurate.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna say you're right, real quick. It was 2049.
Yes.
Not 51.
Not often she admits that. That is a big deal.
Hey, I give credit where credit is due.
Begrudgingly.
I still do.
Future movies are fascinating because we all know that Back to the Future 2, the prediction for 2015 was very far off. There's no flying cars. There's no Jaws 23. That's about it. Everything else was spot on. Zetas Lapidus.
Zetas Lapidus. I want to incorporate that more into my daily speak.
I think I'm going to start using major after everything too.
Or minor, depending on the situation.
They used alpha, I think, too.
Yeah.
A lot.
Alpha major.
That was alpha major. And then he had his own Earth lingo that he was trying to teach her. And she was like, if I didn't sign up for an English lesson.
Yeah, that is one thing I'll say is that like the Earth lingo that they were using was still kind of like pretty spacey and futuristic, you know?
Yeah.
And like Protozoa looked very spacey.
What? He looked like straight out like a 2001 boy band. Frosted tips, bike chain necklace, but then everything was like
He had like a snakeskin suit or something.
leather. Like the dude was.
I don't know. It looked more
T to
space.
B, pleather. So pleather is space in the future.
Yes.
This movie was driving me nuts because like all this could have been avoided had the parents listened.
Her mom was like a real bee.
Oh my God, her mom was the worst. And then she's like at the end, she's like, "I love you so much." I'm like, you didn't fucking care about her.
I'm so proud of you. And it's just like, because of you, your space station
you guys almost
blew
died.
up.
And then you still tried to stop her. You had 10 seconds left. I'm like, let her try. You have 10 seconds before you guys like die. I don't know what they were going to do. What was going to happen?
I think the station was like just going to like implode.
I don't think it would have imploded. I think it would have just like stopped and then just like fallen out of orbit, I'm assuming, and just floated off into space.
Or crashed down to Earth.
Then I feel like there could have been a rescue mission at that point anyways. Zenon 2, the rescue. Although we know what happens in Zenon 2. The sequel.
Yeah.
I think the best part of this and the best part of the second one is obviously Protozoa.
Protozoa is 100% the best part.
Also, I thought that was the name of the band. I didn't realize
Protozoa
that
is
Microbe.
him. Microbe is the band.
Yeah. I mean, we all could have tell like that the bad guy was going to be the bad guy to start, but he was nothing but charming and nice, and Zenon was just like a dickhole to him.
Well, she's intuitive.
She was like a dickhole to everybody.
She really was. And like Gregory Smith. Like,
I don't know who that is. Stop name dropping him.
Okay, his name was Gregory in the movie.
Oh, so he's the love interest.
Yes.
You keep saying his name like I know who this is, though.
Well, he made an impact on my teenage years.
He gave me the feels.
He did.
I mean, you were just like, yeah, Gregory Smith. I'm like, that doesn't. What? What does that mean? You're like, it's Gregory Smith. I'm like, okay.
Gregory Smith. He's Mel Gibson's son in The Patriot that dies.
Oh, God.
And like I said, activates Mel Gibson for The Patriot.
That's a weird term to use for that.
Well, he was trying to be all,
activate?
peaceful.
There's a better word for that.
Well, you come up with the word. The word that comes to my head is activate. It's like he wasn't really taking sides or anything. And then, like, they kill his son.
He goes John Wick.
Yeah.
He goes full John Wick. That's
He goes
better than
full John
activate.
Wick.
Anyways, this is not Patriot talk. We're going back to.
And he's like Everwood.
Give me some more of your thoughts on this movie because you obviously think it's holding up.
I mean, No notes. It's wonderful. It's flawless.
The effects were subpar, but that's granted for like a
I mean,
not DHU,
it's a
decom.
decom in the 90s, you know.
So for that, it was like some ILM stuff happening.
I mean, like, think about viewing that on TV in 1999, just standard definition.
Standard definition
really
was
good.
like very forgiving. So I think probably back then it might have been like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I think if I saw this when I was younger, I've been like, oh, that's cool. I don't think I would have been like, oh my God, Gregory Smith.
Okay, so I was 13 when this came out, which is the age of everybody in the show. So it was just, like right up my alley.
And Raven Simone was about to blow up as That's So Raven.
A few years later, yeah.
So she was already on the Cosby Show at this point, and then she...
Yeah. When you said at this point, I thought you meant like it's still going. I was like, no, Cosby Show was
the
done.
Cosby Show.
Cosby Show was done a while ago.
Yeah, and then she's like the sidekick. And then she's not in the second one, is she?
No, they replace her.
Because she's probably already filming That's So Raven. Probably really busy. She's like, peace out, I'm going to leave you guys behind.
Or Cheetah Girls.
Cheetah Girls. Well, the main character is like a soap opera star.
Now she is, yeah.
Like you were like, oh, she hasn't been in that many. I'm like, oh, 1,600 episodes of General Hospital is not that many. You're like, no, it's not. It's like 5 years. I'm like, that's a lot.
I mean,
1,600?
These episodes air every single day.
So?
Except weekends. The only time that I've ever seen them take a break is during Wimbledon. Like, I'm not even kidding.
What does that mean? I thought you were going to say like during like some weird holiday, but you're like, during Wimbledon, they fucking stop. I'm like, why Wimbledon?
But because of the station's rights to show Wimbledon.
Okay.
I don't know. I just remember that and being like really perturbed by it.
Okay. This is a weird detour now. Get back on track.
I am on track.
You're talking about Wimbledon.
You were talking about soap operas.
Well, she's a soap opera actress now. Like that's her. Like she's like a big character on General Hospital.
So I definitely expected better of her. Like, I mean,
what are we talking about?
Not that she's had like a bad career or anything, but I really thought that she was going to be like a
straight
bigger
shooter
star.
with upper management written all over her.
Yeah.
Well, I think the only person in this movie that I've ever seen again is Stuart Penkin.
Who is he again?
The captain.
Oh, what has he been in?
I don't know. I just have seen him. I've seen him in something.
So you can't back that up with
anything.
anything.
The name. Oh, actually, the weenie, like Mr. Lutz, I think I've seen in a few things too. Oh, he's in Parks and Rec.
Who is he?
The Frank Mann? I don't know. I just know he's in there somewhere.
Wait, which one is?
The sidekick bad guy.
Lutz.
Yeah, Lutz. That's his name. But Stuart Penkin, oh, he was in Congo. Anarachnophobia. I mean, Fatal Attraction. He's got some big ones in here, man. He's got some good ones. Crossover, he was in That's So Raven in 3 episodes. Solid.
Oh my gosh, do you think he got that because he knew Raven?
Probably. He stuck around for all 3 Zenons. That's commitment.
Oh, wait. Who are we talking? Are we talking about Lutz or are we talking about the captain?
Stuart Penkin, the captain. Okay, we went off on a tirade over here. Let's get back on track. We keep getting derailed. The real star of the show is Protozoa, and that song at the end to put a button on everything was the best part of the movie.
Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Boom, 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 boom. That's all I got. I know the zoom, 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 boom, boom, boom.
It was a great song. I was always a little confused as a teenager why I wasn't like hearing that on the radio all the time.
Do you think they wrote like a bunch more songs for this? And like there's other like Microbe. Also, Microbe's a terrible. I thought Protozoa was the actual name of the band, but like if they probably wrote multiple songs for Microbe and they're probably out there somewhere.
I bet unfinished. They wrote like 2 other songs.
Nah, like 7.
I don't think they did a whole album.
If they were smart, they would have done a whole album.
If they were smart, they would have given Powerline a whole album.
All right, what are your other thoughts on this movie?
I told you it's flawless, no notes.
I can't keep talking about it. I don't have much to say. I'm like, it's fine. I absolutely hate the mom. The dad wants to be Paul Reiser so badly.
Yeah, I don't get it when you say that.
I just think he's like a Bobo Paul Reiser.
Paul Reiser in what, or just in general?
Just in general.
How can you say that? You haven't even seen Mad About You.
I've seen Paul Reiser in things.
Okay, well, I think we have two different versions of Paul Reiser that we think about.
Yeah, because mine's Aliens is the first go-to, like as like a horrible, horrible character named Burke,
And mine's Mad About You.
and which is a horrible, horrible character.
And Mad About You?
I don't know what's mad about you again. Someone with
Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
Yes, they're a married couple.
Didn't they get divorced in the end?
Yeah, it's a terrible ending.
See, terrible show. All right.
And
We keep driving all over this course. We're driving all over space right now. Focus. You keep saying flawless thing. You're not saying anything about the movie. You're just like, it's flawless. I think Zenon is a bit of a villain, though. In the beginning, at least. In the first half,
she was
she's
really
like,
bitchy.
I understand why her parents like sent her back to Earth and be like, fuck off.
Okay, so that is one thing I will say. It's like, so they got the funding. Why did they ground her? And then the mom, when they're like sending her to Earth, she's like, we'll get you back as soon as we can.
They're like, it's almost like they're like, we kind of sentence her to grounding. We kind of have to follow through or else she's going to walk all over us.
Yeah, but it's also like, the way she said, like, we'll get you back as soon as we can.
Yeah,
It's
she
like,
sounded like she was regretful. Like, I'm so sorry, baby. And then you're like, wait,
or
let's
just like,
not do it.
this is like a punishment that they themselves did not administer. And
It was like Mr. Wyndham was like, you coming with me.
yeah, it just that part made not no sense, but like,
I remember the first time we saw this, I thought he was an alien. I thought that was going to be the twist. Like, Wyndham was going to be like an evil alien.
no.
Because the way he was like,
He's
just
so weird with his.
also like the first time that
mannerisms.
like Gregory
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. First time he
You
sees
can
her,
also just call him Gregory.
Greg.
I don't like the name Greg. Gregory.
Greggy. The first time Greggy sees her in the restaurant, he just like doesn't stop staring at her. And it's like a creeper.
It was a little creepy,
And then he,
but
like,
at the same
winks at her.
time, it's like 13-year-old boys, you know?
No, you like he should have looked away and been like, I don't want to be a weirdo.
Maybe 13-year-old boys don't know to look away.
God, I hope they are not doing that.
I don't know. What'd you do at 13?
Played N64
Yeah.
alone or with my friends in the room and never left the room. We weren't going to restaurants randomly with our other friends.
What'd you play?
GoldenEye,
Ugh, that'd be something cool like
Smash Brothers, Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. That's what I was looking
These
for.
are you're waiting for. You're like, oh, I'm like, everyone played GoldenEye. That was the jam. And Smash Brothers. Oh, and Conker's Bad Fur Day. That was the other really
Oh,
good
I
one.
hate that game.
That's the best game in the world.
Anyways,
back on track. He then like the next day at like school, he like winked at her and gave her that creepy look.
he didn't wink at her. He did like the head nod.
He's
You know,
like-
just like, hey
it was
girl,
it was a
hey.
creepy weird thing. And then like
I don't
she
think
was
it's
like, "Are you
creepy
just
and
gonna kiss
weird.
me?" And I'm like, "What is happening?" They were just like aggressive.
Okay, she was very sexually aggressive,
Yeah.
especially for a 13-year-old.
And he's a stable boy. Remember? We're like, whoa, he's an actual
I
stable
never
boy.
went, whoa, he's a stable boy. I always knew he was a stable boy.
It's such a weird thing.
I don't know why you're bothered by that. It's not like he called himself a stable boy.
I'm a stable boy.
It's like,
Do you-
I work at a
Oh,
stable.
that was my other problem with it. Like she acted like she'd never learned anything in space. Like she was just like, "What is this?" And it starts raining, and she's just like, "Oh, rain." And I'm like, "What?"
Well, she's never actually experienced rain
But
in
she
person.
understands what rain is, and then she sees the horse. She's like, "Oh my god!" And I'm like,
Well, I don't think she's probably ever seen an animal in her entire
"But she's
life.
learned about." They had holograms. I'm sure they had a holographic horse at some point to like show off what a
I guess
horse.
they did have that mouse floating.
They know what these things look
Route.
like. But she was acting like she was like, I don't know what that is. I'm a space girl. I don't know what horses are.
Are huge. They're
Yeah.
huge. And I mean, I think
But
a lot
rain?
of
I had more problem with the rain.
I think a lot of people are intimidated by horses.
I think you were going to say rain.
No, like I
It
mean,
was acid rain. It was 2049, lots of acid rain.
you won't even ride a horse.
No, I don't want to do that.
See? So
I'm not scared of the horse, though.
you should be.
All right. So we're saying
you
she was.
shouldn't be. They're so sweet. Most of them.
What if it kicked you in the head?
Then you probably die.
Then you did. All right. Anyways, final thoughts on this? I don't know what else I can say about this movie because like
Flawless.
it's already starting to leave me a little bit. Flawless. That was it? All right. So it holds up to you.
100%.
So this is in your top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Not top 10
Wow,
favorite
you
movies
thought about it. You're
of
like,
all
maybe it
time.
is.
Well, no, I had to take a second to process what you just said. Not top 10 favorite movies of
It
all
goes
time.
Zenon, Johnny Tsunami, and then Avatar.
It is definitely my favorite decom.
Well, that's not saying much.
I think it's saying a lot.
I mean, it's certainly better than
I mean,
Shipwrecked.
have you seen Brink?
Yeah, you made me watch Brink.
Eric Von Denton.
Again, when you name drop like that, I don't know what that is. Like, I don't know who that is.
Anyways, I think it's flawless.
All right.
I think it's good.
It's fine.
My favorite decom. It is.
I'm going to say this. I've seen a lot worse movies than this.
Yeah, and like real movies that like went to theaters.
Are you saying this isn't a real movie? How dare you?
I mean, this is definitely better than like Shoot 'Em Up.
I think that's a accurate statement. I'd rather watch this than Shoot 'Em Up.
I'd rather watch this than Captain Marvel.
Yeah, accurate. Might have better effects.
I'd rather watch this than any of the Star Wars sequels.
Okay. All right. Yeah, if we're going by space movies, yeah. All right. No, I'd rather watch episode 7, I think.
Yeah. I think episode 7.
I could stay through that. That's fine.
Yeah. But 8 and 9, I'd rather watch Zenon.
Yeah. Well, those make me physically like ill and angry when I watched them.
I had like one other thought I wanted to say.
Was it about how good Protozoa is?
Perzo is the best.
He's a madman. Boom, boom, boom. Major. Go. Take us home. Drive the bus home.
I thought we were in space.
We're floating in space. Bring us home. Major Tom, I'm floating away. What is it?
Stop talking so I can do this.
You got it. I believe in you.
There's a great big pretty okay tomorrow.
And it's shining major at the end of every day.